Always been into art. I went to a new high school, and I remember I just took an art class, and it was me and all girls, bro. I'm saying 30 girls, one dude. And I loved that class because I was, number one, kicking it with a bunch of chicks, which was cool. I had a good time. But also, I just loved art.
Everybody got some problems. We never asked her to go. No. Lately, I've been really trying to talk more. Having a little trouble with God. No. Life come at you with a red tide. Hard to be human on the inside. Hard to admit I told you I'm okay, but I don't wanna wait no more. Be there for my best. I don't feel no pain no more. Hard times never die.
Ever since I've been a little kid, I always just knew I was gonna do something different. I don't know what it was. You know, I started playing hockey and I was like, I'm gonna make the NHL. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. I was 7 years old, I was like, I'm making the NHL. I'll put my life on that. And then I grabbed the skateboard and I started skateboarding and I got sponsored and I was like, yo, screw hockey, I'm gonna do this. And then I just got into hip hop through that. You know, I still skateboarded, like I didn't really drop skateboarding like I dropped hockey, but I've just always been into art, man. And once I got into music, it was game over.
They told me things like, go get a job. I told them things like, go.
I would be a completely different artist if I was born in America. Like in Canada, man, where I was from, it just like was so unheard of to make it with music. People just don't even do music.
First time no woman.
I was never doing just hip hop.
Make some noise out there!
I've always kind of just went where my inspiration took me. And on this album, I just wanted to be concise, be very deliberate, just kind of put it all out there, you know, talk about my wife on the album, talk about my mom, my sisters, you know, talk about what you know, things that I'm afraid of, things that I'm confident with, like just basically just put it all out there. It's exhilarating and it feels good, and the music I feel like just got better. I wasn't the best rapper in the world, I'm not the best singer in the world, you know, I'm not the best at anything, but I am the best at doing what I do. Nobody sounds like me. Nobody sounds like me, and I encourage, you know, other artists that ask me, you know, for tips and stuff like that, find your thing and just go with it. And I think on this album, on the Aaron LP, I finally found my sound and what I wanted to say. This new album, I took a leap, and I'm glad I did because it's my favorite body of work I've ever put out. I called my manager a few weeks before the album was coming out. It was all done, it was at mastering, and I was scared, man. I just didn't know if my fans were gonna absolutely love it. You know, anytime you do something new that scares you, it generally takes you to another level, and generally is the thing that's gonna make you the most happy. So I did something that kind of scared me. I'm not really rapping on the album, hardly at all. I'm known for my rap songs and whatnot. It's a little bit of rapping on there, but for the most part, it's singing and great songwriting. I also called my manager one day before it came out, and I told Byron, I said, man, I don't care if this gets one listen. I don't care if nobody hears this. Nobody in the world hears this. I put this out and it flops. I know that I did everything I could, and I know I made my best body of work, and I know I made the beginning of a new chapter for me, and going into it with that mentality of like, I do this for me. I'm gonna say what I gotta say. I want to affect people in a positive way. You know, you really can't lose, man.
You wanna sing it with me?
I don't wanna be here anyway. It's kinda late for me to see some day. Pack my bags and when I hit the pavement, this depression's just an occupation. Wanna go home, wanna go home. Up and down, I'm always losing patience. My reflection always says it hate me. And so I ask
Part of the process of getting better is not being afraid to do something different and something that scares you. And also, I can't stress it enough, man, like, it's hard to be honest. It's my first time I've done an album where I had to call my mom and be like, are you okay with me saying this on the song? And sending it to her. And my mom gave me the most brilliant response, but she just said, look, honey, she's like, I'm only human too. I love that song. She's like, she's just so, my mom taught me, to be honest. So like the way her response was like so fearless in that, it wasn't like, well, maybe you could switch that line, or like, it was just like, nah, you say your story and you tell it the way you want.
You become my own. Only one I trust. Fell in love with knowing I'd be with you. If you feeling low, you won't be alone. Fell in love with knowing I'd be with you.
Every single response I got from the people I love and care about the most that I mentioned on this album was, I am head over heels in love with it.
I'm from a small ass town where fucking rap music, hip hop music, R&B music isn't a thing, man. Nobody from my town does music. You got something inside your head that nobody wants you to do. Nobody gives a fuck. You don't do that shit. I love you guys so much. Make some